Crooked's number 1. You're number 2. It's the only board that matters. This is like top notch, like professional, like the highest grade of a skateboard, in my opinion. There's no rocker in it. It's got the centerpiece dished out. It's just such a joy to ride. It's so much fun. This is the board I like to ride. So it being wider and liking a light board, I mean, the whole reason people started riding the small boards was so they could have a lighter board that would be easier to maneuver. The reason I have so many boards at the same time set up is so I can test them and see what I like better. Do I like it more rounded? Do I like a harder edge on there? We're ready to produce the board. I think I might call it a big dog, or I don't know, some kind of ridiculous name. The reason I like the Beemer mold is because the center, you know, it feels nice on my foot. I guess that it's so different than anything else out there, that's why I like it. Imagine doing like hard cutbacks and stuff on like a massive surfboard. It's the same thing with this. It's fun, but it's even better because it's lighter. Surfboards are pretty light, but skateboards are heavy. This is the original Beemer board. The edges are rounded. The centerpiece that goes in and then out. This one I hand routed out this edge. This is to make it lighter. I mean, the board was so much fun, but the only problem was that it was heavy. So, front wheel wells here, and then instead of a back wheel well, I don't know what you would call it. It's like on both sides, it's just mentally, I figured that the stress points would be right, and that with this cut, rather than the straight cut like the Lamar, for stress places, it's just like this, and it's not so deep. It's just maybe one layer. Someone says, hey man, that back wheel well doesn't even really work. It's not in the right location. It's not supposed to be a back wheel well. It's just supposed to make the board lighter. You're worried about your wheel, get higher riser pads so your wheels don't hit your board. The tail is like I think it's 6 1/4. I like a big nose. The nose is probably 6 too. I don't have a tape measure, but so I'm gonna do a shape. I'm excited to hang out after. It'll take me 5 seconds. Hello. That's the length of the board. Bless you. A tissue. It's the width. Okay, this is ready for cutout. I think it should be a little bit wider. It needs to be wider. It's a phantom fish, phantom street fish. This is after the Beemer. So we talked about the Beemer, which is already made. That board is awesome. This board is like a cruiser board. It's awesome too. So other than killing yourself, you have to have a little bit of brain knowledge to come up with a shape. And this is, I just showed you how I did it. But when you present your shape to a wood shop, it's not a full board like this. You just want to present one half. You saw what I did. It looked wider, so I cut it and fixed it. It looks better like this. This is actually what I want. So thank you. Thanks for watching. Crooked's number 1. You're number 2. You could be number 1 with us. Ride or die. Or get wings and learn to fly.